Well, for the first time in decades, the United States has an embassy in Cuba. Secretary of State John Kerry was in Havana for the historic raising of the American flag today. Gabe Gutierrez reports on an emotional ceremony.
The U.S. flag is now flying here at the U.S. Embassy in Havana for the first time in 54 years. You could hear the applause as the flag was hoisted. The ceremony watched around the world. It had technically reopened on July 20th, the embassy had, but this marks the formal reopening of the embassy, attended by Secretary of State John Kerry, the first Secretary of State to visit Cuba in 70 years. He was joined in the audience by several Marines that had actually taken down this flag back in 1961. That's when the U.S. had cut diplomatic ties with Cuba. During his speech, Secretary Kerry alluded to the fact that several deep differences between these countries remain.
Having normal relations makes it easier for us to talk. And talk can deepen understanding even when we know full well we will not see eye to eye on everything.
No political dissidents were invited to this ceremony this morning, but Secretary Kerry is set to meet with them later in the day. He's also set to meet with Cuba's foreign minister. In his speech, Secretary Kerry says that this day marks a historic change, where the United States will look at Cuba no longer as enemies or rivals, but neighbors. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, Havana.